Hi there. Okay, so this is the completely Frank. No,
Yeah.
I'll button up. Lead us off, Mr.
Okay.
Spider-Man.
Hello. Welcome to the Completely Inappropriate Podcast. I am Frank, along with
Tony and
and
Mr.
Hey, what's
and
up?
our plus one.
We got a
Jerry.
plus one Jerry
What's up, guys?
and a double decker. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. And our guest of the evening. We have our guest host, but our guest that we will be focusing on is the lovely Miss Jazmine. What
Hello.
did Jazmine, do you want to let everybody know where they can find you, what your contact info is, if you want them to? Or if you want to wait till
I'm
the
on
end?
Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat. I'm pretty much everywhere, so I can give you that information at the end if you want.
Okay, okay. Twitter?
That's more people
I,
use
I
nowadays.
don't have Twitter. That's like the only thing I don't have.
Wow, I'm
I
actually
do,
surprised.
but I don't use it. So I was just like, I'm just gonna delete it, and I deleted it many years ago.
Oh,
Fair,
okay.
fair.
So,
I really never did anything until this podcast, and I got more involved with the podcast's Instagram, and Frank still handles most of the
social.
posting and whatnot. Speaking of which, Frank, do you want to let everybody know where they can find us?
They can find us on Instagram under CI Podcast, on Twitter under Completely Inapt. They can find us on Facebook and YouTube under Completely Inappropriate Podcast. If you throw in some underscores, you can find us on BitChute. And you can email us with some questions, comments, concerns at completelyinappropriatepodcast@gmail.com.
Jerry disappeared. Jerry, where'd you go? Oh, all right. Bye. He'll be right back. After a word from our sponsors. No, so Jazmine, hi. How are you? Thank you in advance. I have not seen them yet, but I hear we have some lovely pins that you made.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's cool. So we'll get to that. Why don't you start off by telling us what do you do? What we know you as a cosplayer personally. Those are the pictures that I follow when they pop up. I'm like, oh my god, what a fucking rad costume! What I love, because I love that you make them 100% yourself. You're not buying them off the rack and just throwing them on most of the time anyway, right? So
Yeah, correct.
when did you get involved with cosplay?
I started cosplaying in 2016. Well, my first con was a PokeFest here in McAllen, and I just went to observe. I was just there with my cousin, observing everything, and he told me about Comic Con coming up in the April. So I was like, okay. So I saved up my money to go, got VIP and all that stuff. And the first day I also just went as an observer, and then the second day I was like, whoa, let me take an old costume that I have. So I went as Harley Quinn, the Jester version.
No
And
kidding.
No,
First time I started cosplaying.
Oh, that's all. You know, one of the first times I went comic book hunting when I was a kid, I happened to pick up off the rack the first appearance of Harley Quinn on The Adventures of Batman, and it was scratched out Batman and The Adventures of Batgirl, I think, underneath. I'll have to pull that in and check.
I know Harley Quinn came out as a movie first. She came out in the movie first before she came out in the comics.
Yeah, but it was like it was 94, I think.
Well, when was the
when
year
the
that...
when the cartoon came out, and then she debuted after the cartoon came out. She came out on the comic book.
Yeah,
and I got the comic book off the rack, I think in like maybe 97.
Shit, you old dog. I was like 1 year
Man,
old.
fuck you, dog.
I was 1 year old at the time.
No,
I was just born.
Is that when you were? Oh my god!
Oh,
97.
damn! I don't feel that young anymore. What's up, baby?
So I'm gonna go cry in the corner now.
Oh.
You was asking me about your age, and I'm like, we discussed this because we're talking about the Dark Crystal, and I had mentioned how I thought it was from my childhood, but it turns out it's not. And then
I have no idea what the Dark Crystal is.
Yeah, you told me something similar, and then I'm like, oh shit, so I'm like 11 years older than you, and you're like, I guess. I'm like, oh well, shit.
Wait, hold on. Let's get a body count here. Jerry, how old are you?
I just turned 24.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, baby, get you little babies.
He's lying just like the same.
I'm not lying.
Jazmine and Frank, I want to ask you guys because I feel like it's rude to ask a lady, and it's rude to ask a liar. So I'm not even gonna bother asking Frank.
It's all good. I'm 22. I turned 23 in September.
Oh, don't baby! Don't baby!
Oh, your class of 15 or 16?
16. I lost a year because of the whole September birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Fair.
Hate to see it.
All right, so back to focusing on you. That's kind of a theme of this podcast. We never stay focused on anything.
Anyways,
Frank, do you have anything you want to bring up? Frank? Do you want to lead off on how you met Jazmine initially, or how you became associated with her?
Well, I'd like to know her end of the story, but my end is it's fucking, I don't know. I want to say hilarious, but then again, it was pretty awkward. Like,
did you tell? I feel like you told me once off mic. So yeah, that's why I wanted to ask you, because I remember it being like, "Oh, that's kind of funny, dude. Like you're weird, but yeah, it doesn't make." I could see how that happens.
Yeah, because Facebook loves to do the whole fucking friend suggestion thing. And at the time, I was adding all this family because I was telling my father, I'm like, hey, we need to fucking go out there and fucking see our family, especially the ones in fucking Austin. And and I don't see the ones from Houston much because I don't go to Houston unless I'm packing heat. And so then on one of those, I saw.
You got Jerry excited with that.
So on one of those, I saw Jazmine, and I saw her last name, and I'm like, oh, she's one of my cousins from fucking Houston. And it turns out she's not in Houston, she's down here, and I'm like, even better. So then I went ahead and friend requested her. Was it Facebook? I'm getting all fucking, I think it was Instagram. And so for the longest time, I was calling her cousin, and then it turns out that my cousin is actually somebody else and does live in Houston.
All right, so Jazmine, do you have any idea why? How did you? Oh, sure. Okay, we're on pause. This brief moment brought to you by the letter M for Montgomery.
Macaroni.
And macaroni. Montgomery macaroni. Do you ever feel like you just need a little more cheddar in your life? Get your Montgomery macaroni.
It ain't easy being cheesy.
Is it?
Oh,
so
I'm fucking
Jazmine, are you back?
Yes, I'm back.
Fantastic. I forgot what I asked. Okay, we did a brief commercial.
That's for my side of the story.
That's right. What was your side of the story? How did you?
It was through Instagram. I remember that because it's weird. Like, I go to all these cons, and half the time I was blind, like before I got LASIK. So I didn't know who anybody was.
Hold on. Quick aside. So you got LASIK. I got LASIK maybe 10, 11 years ago. But your eyes continue to degenerate at the same rate. So I have to have glasses again. So how long has it been since you had LASIK?
I just got mine in November, so I just did it.
Oh, congratulations! Oh, it's so wonderful. It's so wonderful. I plan on getting mine done again probably next year. So anyway, that was just a quick aside. So moving on. So how did you end up meeting Frank?
So most of the time people follow me on Instagram and stuff, and I won't know who anybody is because they'll be like, oh, I saw you at the con, and I'm just like, oh, cool, but I don't remember what your face looks like because I don't see people half the time. It's because most of the time I'll wear like the colored contacts without prescription, so I couldn't see anything. I would just suck it up and look at everything blindly, and
that's
that was
crazy.
It.
Oh my god, that would drive me absolutely insane.
Yeah, I would carry my glasses like with me in case I did need to see something, but I was like, nah, that ruins the costume. I'm just gonna not wear anything.
Wow.
But I didn't want to get prescription because I was thinking of getting LASIK. So I was like, then I can't use these anymore. So
why did you get so into cosplay all of a sudden? I mean, when did you start? First off, I know you went to the Pokemon convention, right? But when did you start getting more involved?
2016. But yeah. I've always been really crafty, so I'm always making things, trying to do something different than before. So when the first outfit that I wore was actually made by a seamstress, like custom for me.
No kidding.
I did not know how to make anything. So the first actual outfit I made.
What was that one though? What was the one that the seamstress made for you?
It was the Harley Quinn one.
Oh, okay. Because you had but you had that one stashed around, or you made that one specifically for the.
I had it stashed because I actually asked for her to make it for Halloween, my senior year.
Okay.
Since we had this whole thing at school, and we had like the senior week and all that with different outfits. Yeah. So that's when I kind of started making something. But like my first actual outfit that I made by myself, by hand, no sewing machine, no nothing, was Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas. I made that dress completely from scratch.
That's so rad.
So I honestly have no idea how I made a dress. I would just get pieces and like kind of put it against myself, like, oh, that looks right, and I would just cut and sew.
That's all it is. Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, that's what seamstresses and these fashion designers do with their mannequins. You know, you were just using your own body as a design because, and that's what you needed to. That's all you had, right? But of course, you're making it for yourself, so that's exactly what you needed.
And then I finally got a sewing machine, so that helped so much more.
At the end, we're gonna get the information. Okay. Hi, Jerry. Have you ever been to like a cosplay convention or anything?
I worked at the convention center for like 5 years. No, 5 years.
Talking to the mic.
Oh, I worked at the convention center for like 5 years, and I did work a number of the Comic-Cons, but as maintenance and setup. So I got to, and my dad actually works there still, one of the main people. So
no kidding.
I get free entry every year. I got to meet Ric Flair, Mini-Me, a number of people.
Oh, Mini-Me! You met Mini-Me before he died?
Before he went on stage, I was talking to him for a quick minute. I shook his hand. That was it. Like, hey, how's it going? I love your movies. Didn't want to bother him.
I mean, did he shake your hand or did he shake your finger?
No, he didn't even really acknowledge me. I tried to. Like, hey, how's it going? Like, my dad was right next to me, so like, he shook my hand real quick and continued walking.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I got to meet a number of like Sean Astin from Lord of the Rings, the Samwise Gamgee.
No kidding.
I got to meet him. He took a selfie with me. My mom still has it. Yeah.
Wow.
So I played in a number of Magic competitions.
So Jazmine. Oh. Are we supposed to be frozen? I only see Frank moving. We got it. Were we like just staring into each other's eyes for that long?
No. You're looking straight. And then he's looking away, like into the distance, kind of like that. So it looks funny.
Is it still like that?
Yeah. Only Frank's moving.
What is happening? Okay, hold on. Hold on. How's that?
Go.
Did I fix it? It? Okay, cool. All right, so that's crazy that you've met that many people. Jazmine, what kind of people have you met during your cosplay convention?
That's right,
stuff?
You meet a lot of cool people.
Ooh, I've been very fortunate to meet them for free.
I'm sorry?
I've been like super fortunate to meet several celebrities for free, so I haven't had to pay to meet them.
You don't have to do that off camera. He's like trying to be real subtle with his vaping. I was like, it's all right. You're not getting very far off camera. It's not. You just look silly.
Oh.
So, sorry, Jazmine. Who have you met?
I have met quite a few people. I met Michael Rooker from The Walking Dead, Guardians of the Galaxy. All of those.
Oh, he's awesome.
He was walking around. His story is actually kind of funny because he was walking around here at the Comic-Con, and I was with my ex at the time, and so I'm like, hey, that's Michael Rooker. And he's like, go ask him for a picture. And I was like, no, I'm scared.
You were scared?
I go anyways, and I go up to him, and I just kind of like tap him because he was focused looking at this owl that they had brought. So he's there with his people, and when I tapped him, I was like,
wait, an owl? Hold on.
Like a live owl?
Like an actual owl. And
was it a
some
metal
lady
owl?
was like talking about it. So he was like super interested with the owl. I just kind of tapped him, and I was like, "Hi, like, can I have a picture?" And he looks at me, and he's just kind of like, "Yeah, like at my table, like this and that." And I'm here getting like, "Oh no, like how embarrassing." So I'm like, "Oh, like how much are you charging?" Trying to save it, right? So he's like, "How much are you charging?" This and that. And his people were like, "Oh, it's $70. Like, we'll be there in a bit." And I was just kind of like, "Oh, okay." But I had my phone in my hands. So at one point, like, his people are, since his managers won't let him like give pictures for free, he looks at me, takes my phone right out of my hands, and walks off with it. So I'm here like, what am I supposed to do? Michael Rooker just took my phone. So I start going after him. Like after I like finally recollected myself, I went and after him, and he's trying to unlock my phone. He couldn't figure out how.
What the
And
fuck?
perfect timing. Some other fan of his comes with like a cup of beer. So his manager was like, "Hey, like this other fan was in line and he met you and he's bringing you a gift." Oh, you guys disappeared. Oh, you're back. And yeah, y'all are back. So then when he's taking the cup of beer and he's thanking them, he kind of like reaches out with his hand with my phone to unlock it. So I unlocked it super quick, and then he said bye to the guy, whatever, and then he's like, "All right, get in for the picture." So we took a picture, and I was like, "Oh, that's so cool."
Breaking all
That's
the
so
rules.
crazy.
Yeah, I was like, "Yes, I saved $70."
$70 is what he was charging for pictures?
Yeah.
So
damn, I've heard of like 20.
Let me get in. So then Jazmine, fucking Tony was mentioning in one of our earlier episodes, that he prefers fucking Diego Luna's fucking Ghost Rider over Nicolas Cage. And Tony, fucking Jazmine over here, his best buds with Gabriel Luna.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
He follows me on Instagram. I'm so excited.
Dude, he is so fucking rad. You're talking about from S.H.I.E.L.D., right? Who are we talking about? Yeah. Holy shit, dude. He is so sexy.
I know.
He's the hottest fucking little boy. Oh my god, that little wispy little Mexican mustache he's got. I fucking love that shit.
I tried growing one.
He's got that real sharp face. Man, he's a pretty boy. Woo! If I was still gay,
the RGB Fan Fest in Harlingen.
I'm sorry?
He came to the RGB Fan Fest in Harlingen.
Yeah, no. I've seen. I get all the flyers, right? Every time, of course, every stock show parade that they do here in Mercedes, they hand out those flyers because they've always got a float out, talking about all the conventions. So I get them, and I've never been able to go any year, but I'm hoping next year is our year, man. We start fucking going every fucking year.
To the Comic-Con, I can get you a ticket.
Yeah, my son's just old enough now to where like we can walk him around. He can appreciate the costumes and stuff. You know what I mean? So, yeah, super excited for our future. If we have one with this Rona.
I know.
They're not gonna have one, but because my dad works at the convention center and he's in charge of
Oh
everything.
no, not this year. Yeah, it's not gonna happen this year.
Everything got canceled pretty much for the next 6 months.
Yeah, I knew that.
Since February, he told me that. I was like,
well, that's
like,
just
ZZ Top was coming down in like June or July.
ZZ Top's been down. So yeah, anyway, we digress. So you met Miss. Oh, that was a lot squeakier than I thought it would be. So you met Mr. Luna. What was that like? Have you communicated with him? What's he like?
I haven't chatted with him, but it's because when he came to that RGB Fan Fest, they gave me a table, so I was like in the front area as a cosplay guest. And I actually know Greg Sipes, the voice of Beast Boy, because I met him when he came for that ZyCon event a few years ago. And he actually gave me his number, so I have his number.
Damn.
And we kind of contacted here and there for a little while. And then a few years passed, we just kind of let it go. And then when he came back again, I also have him on Snapchat. So when he came again, I Snapchatted him and I was like, "Hey, like, you're coming back." And he was like, "Yeah, I'm excited." But this was like a few months before the actual con. So when he actually came to the event at the Fan Fest, also RGB Fan Fest, I went to kind of go say hi. But his manager was like, "Oh no, like nobody can cross this line. One of the volunteers too, because he's about to leave. He's gonna go do a panel." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So they're like, yeah, but you can come watch the panel if you want, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right. So I left and I started going around, but I had no idea where the panel was going to be. So I just kind of stood in front of a doorway to ask one of the volunteers, but this volunteer seemed to be busy talking to some girl. And I just kind of stood there like waiting. When opens the door, here comes Greg Sipes. And he looks at me and he's like, hey, it's nice to see you again. Like, I was like, yes, he remembers me.
Oh, that's cool.
He told his manager, he's like, oh, this is my friend Jazmine. I met her a few years ago. And the manager looks at me and he's like, why didn't you tell me he was your friend? And I was like, because I'm pretty sure everybody does that to get to him. So I don't want to be one of those weirdos.
Not like an A-lister,
He's
though.
like, oh, that's funny. Like, come with me. Like, we're going to take you to the back where he's going to take a little break before he goes to his panel. So I was like, all right, cool. So I followed him to the break room where all the celebrities were. And I'm just there kind of having a conversation with him. The manager's like, can you hold these books? So I'm holding some books of Greg Sipes and his dog, Wingman. So I'm looking at these books, and across from me is Gabriel Luna. So I was like, okay, cool. And he asked me, he's like, are those books of him and his dog? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, that's funny. And then that was it. Like, I was like, yeah, that's cool.
Wait, hold on. No, hold on. I've got to know what the fuck these books are.
They were super cute. It's like a little kid's book. It's of him and his dog. It's like it's basically his dog, like the main character, and all the proceeds that he gets with that, he sends it for like the shelters and stuff. So it's like for a good cause kind of thing.
All right, Frank. Remember, we gotta look that up and see if we can get a screenshot of the book cover and post it up. That's cute, man. That's cool.
We promote this.
What's that?
I'm tagging these people when we promote the episode.
Oh wait. Oh yeah. Of course. So that's so crazy that through meeting one person you met another. I'm sorry. After
that, I just kind of went on my own thing. But the next day, I guess it was already close to like time for everyone to leave, and Greg Sipes came by my table and he's like, "Oh, there you are," and I was like, "Yeah, this is where my table is," and he left. And then comes Gabriel Luna, and he's looking at my stuff, and he just kind of stayed there. And I was like, "Oh, hey, that was me yesterday holding Greg's books." And he's like, I remembered because of the dimples. And I was like, "Oh, thanks." Then he kept looking at my stuff, and he saw this keychain that I made of Selena Quintanilla, but it was in like a loteria form.
Oh, you know what? Sorry, since you're bringing up Selena, we just, for the first time, because of this quarantine, we did that favor app for the first time, and we got because we needed some ice from Stripes, and me and my wife had some drinks last night, so we couldn't drive, so we ended up ordering some stuff through there, and she saw, oh my god, they have the Selena Quintanilla cups at Stripes. She's like, I was like, well, which one do you want? Like, oh my god, they have that one. Well, I like the purple ones to get me down. I was like, okay. And I like real quick, I clicked both of them, and I got both of them for the two options I had first.
That's cute.
They're probably in the cupboard. She probably put them away. If she didn't take one with it, hey bitch, where are you're gonna go get them? Really? I don't know. The cat's open them all. Just, you see any Selena there? It's not there behind the. There's one. I can't. There's one. Yeah. Selena y los niños.
What do you think for Salinas?
Yeah. Look at you. You're a spitting image.
Hey.
Look that way.
She needs to get her eyebrows, but she got it.
The eyebrow. Yeah, those eyebrows are fierce.
That's screaming 956.
No, that's Corpus Christi, baby. Yeah, they got a statue.
They're too close to us.
All right, we digress once more. So this is a lot of fun. Thank you for joining us. So
thanks for having me.
So we've gotten to know a little bit about you. How have you gotten to know about us? Have you listened to any of these insane podcasts we've done?
I've listened to a couple that Frank had sent me, but I haven't had time to do anything with school. I'm currently doing my master's in biochemistry and molecular biology.
Holy shit!
I'm like,
Jesus Christ! What are you trying to fight Corona over there?
I feel like a degenerate.
No, but some of my friends are actually studying the coronavirus. They're at the campus. It
would make sense.
Best friends, but they actually study viruses. They work with the Zika virus, and they got the project for the corona, so they've been working with that. I know they've been testing a few positive cases, but I think they're working with blood samples, if I'm not mistaken. So that's like less probability for them to get contaminated by it. But yeah, I'd work with different stuff for my research.
So what got you involved with biochemistry?
It's a new program, but like all the classes, I was doing general bio.
My cats are going crazy over there. I don't know what the hell they're doing.
It's still like the same, so everything is transferring over. So I was like, all right, I just need to take biochemistry and kind of go that route.
Open the door for
everything I've been doing is more molecular based.
I'm so sorry. That was so distracting. My cats just decided all of a sudden to start playtime. You didn't even let them in the room. You came back there just...
Dude, I don't fuck with cats.
Alright, don't fucks with the cats. No, my cats are delightful.
I don't like cats. They scare me. My apartment just looks like an FBI agent.
So what do you plan on doing with your degree once you're all finished up? What kind of career are you looking at?
I'm looking into going anything research-based, probably with like the government or something. But I might continue for my PhD, so I want to keep going, get that doctorate.
Ooh, doctorate. What are you gonna get the doctorates in? Same thing. Just continuing.
I haven't really investigated yet, but it'll be around the same area.
You are such a beast. How do you find that? I'm always so curious about people who can focus that directly on a goal. Like, the closest thing I've ever had is running and this podcast, and I got out of running for the last few months. I'm trying to hammer my way back to it. I got snow medals. Well, I got 2 medals, but okay, I got medals. Those are they're just completion medals for, like, you know, a marathon or whatever. You know, it's just whatever. But can y'all hear Jerry? Jerry, there's a microphone for a reason. You are. Say that on camera. Well, that's ridiculous. You're just go sit in the corner.
I'm here.
I'm so sorry. This podcast is falling apart. Thanks.
It is not.
We apologize for him in advance, to be fair.
But yeah, is that where your story ends with fucking Gabriel Luna buying a keychain from you?
Oh yeah. No, he saw that keychain and he was like all surprised that he wanted it. So I was like, take it. And he's like, no, like, how much are you selling it for? Like, I'll buy it from you. I was like, no, like, it's just $5. Like, take it. Like, it's okay. And he's like, no, I have to pay you anyway. I was like, you know what? Just give me a selfie and we're even. And he was like, all right. So we get together for the picture and he's showing off the keychain. It was like the cutest thing ever. So I tagged him in the picture and I put it on my story that I was like fangirling, right? And then he followed me back and I was like, awesome.
That's so rad.
Pictures, so I'm always like super excited when he does it. And I'm like, yes, he remembers me.
That's so cool, man. So do you have? I know the Rona kind of put the kibosh. Sorry. Oh, are we losing connection here? We're having issues.
Oh no, we're good. Oh, just a little delay.
We're good.
Okay. Well, Frank, did you have any questions you wanted to fit into here? We've been going for this. We're about halfway through here. I'd like to pass the buck because I know me and Jerry kind of took over this first half of this episode. Frank, you want to get us back on track?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what happened at that precise convention in Harlingen because I was going to go to it, but something came up. I don't remember what it was that I couldn't go. But I remember seeing fucking Jazmine like being followed by all these people and tagged, and I'm like, holy shit, I missed out on something. And yeah, from what I hear, yeah, I missed out on a lot.
Okay. Was there a question?
Celebrities were like kind of passing by my table because also Carlos Ferro, was also passing by, and he'd be like, "Hey, Jazmine," because he's been coming to the Collector Mania for like the past few times, so he already knows who I am, and I have him on Facebook.
From what?
He's from one of the video games.
He's the voice of Dom in Gears of War.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Gears of War so much.
Jesus
God damn. I played Gears of War like it was the Bible, baby.
You done woke me up, man.
Dude, I fucking love Gears of War, bro. Like, that's just the shit.
Woo, power down.
It's like the second favorite game behind Magic. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, Magic. We're going to get into Magic.
Oh, baby. You don't even want to go there.
Jerry promised me he's going to teach me how to play Magic.
I'm top 1,000 in the world
so excited.
on MTG Arena.
I don't know how to play.
What's up?
Do you play video games at all?
I haven't played.
Oh, no. Why are we...
That's the question again.
My connection is so poor here.
Close out your other pages.
Uh-huh.
Your page is pretty pimping.
Mine, ever since the quarantine started.
I'm sorry?
So is mine. Like, ever since the quarantine started, my Wi-Fi's been all ugly.
We gotta consider...
the servers are just getting taxed.
Oversaturated.
I had hot Wi-Fi for a while, and Spectrum shut that shit off.
It also doesn't. It also doesn't help when we're talking over each other.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just letting you know.
I'm gonna get some more.
Agua. Oh, okay. Yeah, go. That's what you need. More whiskey. That's a good idea. All right. So, hi everybody. We're back. Frank, what are we talking about?
So then I wanted to go to...
You guys keep cutting out for me, so I'm a little concerned.
Well, I see you clearly. Jazmine's is jumping around, but she comes back to it. But okay. What happened? No, yeah, I was really gonna go to the one fucking Harlingen. Like, I was telling my brother, I'm like, we have to, because for my birthday, fucking Carlos Ferro was down here at the Collector Mania, and and the first person I saw was fucking Jazmine, and she was doing a photo shoot, and she was dressed as Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, and I approached her and I'm like, damn,
the best Catwoman.
Oh, bro, that movie.
Sorry. We got so excited over Michelle Pfeiffer. Oh my God, she is the most beautiful woman of my childhood. I dreamt of her being my girlfriend when I was a kid.
One of my first boners was to her as well.
Oh no, you had to go so crass with it. Like, I romanticized Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. She was like,
I didn't think it was caught appropriate.
There's a reason I dated some psychotic chicks in my life. It was because Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, she was batshit crazy, no? Do we not agree?
Wouldn't everybody in that universe consider me crazy because the fact that they want to be...
I guess, yeah, it's Tim Burton. It is Tim Burton. Every character has lost its goddamn mind.
Yeah, no shit.
Speaking of Tim Burton characters, oh my God, this is just from memory. Jazmine, you did an amazing cosplay of the bride, the corpse bride, didn't you?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones.
Oh my, it was insane because you did like the body paint too, like on the ribs. Am I remembering that right?
For the ribs, I actually used foam, so it's like permanent on.
Oh, see, we're losing so much connection here. Crap. Yeah.
Got the Wi-Fi on her phone.
We're recording. We can't just. No, it's too much work to edit. We don't edit. We're gonna just chit chat while we wait for Jazmine's connection to reconnect. Jazmine, maybe disconnect.
Hearing.
Oh.
What about hearing?
This is what the quarantine does to us, folks. We can't give you a proper podcast. What can we say?
Well, everyone's fucking internet, so it's oversaturated.
Yeah, all you bastards, get off the fucking internet. It's Saturday. What are you doing? You should be spending time with your families. It's all the 990,000 other people podcasting.
We lost it.
That is a real statistic, by the way.
Bro?
Yeah, it's about 990,000 podcasts have been uploaded this year.
You're alone, and we're barely on the 4th month.
Mm-hmm. Jazmine took a snapshot because she's got to let us know that she got disconnected. That's okay.
It happens. You just hate
Frank,
to see it.
you still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are, big boy. Yeah, we'll just. So, what do you think? She is what an amazing young lady, man. Can you believe that she's already going for a master's?
Yeah.
And continuing on for her doctorates is what she wants. Sorry, I saw a snap shot of some sort happening there.
Yeah, well.
There you go. I'm calling her back. I'm in the middle of calling her back. Hopefully everything goes through. But if we lost her, we lost her. I think that was an amazing podcast in and of itself. We got half an hour through there. We can just riff a little bit. Frank, are you still there? Because we're just seeing your fucking forehead, you dumbass.
No, I was checking to see if fucking maybe she hit me up on Facebook, fucking explaining herself, but no.
Well, she has nothing to explain. It is what it is. Connection issues are connection issues. It's to be expected during all this calamitous times. A pandemic, if you will. If you must. Is she calling? Oh, let's see.
Okay. I'm waiting.
Back, we're recording again. Jesus Christ, that was a whole fandangle of a problem. I apologize for the technical difficulties. Hi, everybody. We're back. Jazmine, how are you?
I'm good.
So what were we talking about before all this bullshit?
Oh, I was telling Jazmine that I wanted to finish my fucking Carlos Ferro story because he shared an anecdote that fucking hilarious. But I don't think you're gonna get it, Tony, because like you don't play Gears of War. I know Jerry will.
What's up, baby?
So when I went to go meet fucking Carlos Ferro, it was my birthday, and I'm like, oh cool, I get to meet Dom for my birthday, and I was gonna wear this Gears of War shirt.
Our birthday.
Right, but we weren't. No, yeah, we were recording, weren't we?
Anyway.
No, we weren't recording yet. So then, anyway, for our birthday, so then I had this Gears of War shirt, and I'm like, you know what? I have an even better one, because I'm more of a fucking Baird. Baird is a sarcastic asshole.
Grills, baby.
Yeah, and I've been compared to him for like ever. So then and I have a shirt.
What? Wait, hold on.
What the fuck?
How the fuck have you been compared to Bear Grylls?
Blue eyes blonde.
Hold on. Calm down. Hold on.
Bear Grylls, dumbass.
Who?
From Gears of War,
Baird from Gears of War.
I swear I heard Bear Grylls.
I call him Bear Grylls because it's funny to me.
Damn it, Jerry! You're confusing the story. Stop talking. I'm trying to. It's hard enough keeping up with Frank's stories, dude. You don't understand. This is a difficult podcast.
Yeah, so then I have this shirt that says Chick Stick the Baird, and I wore that, and when I went to go fucking see him, like, he saw the shirt, and it was more like a, haha, I'm more of a fucking Baird kind of guy. But then he saw that, and his fucking expression changed. He's like, ah, damn it. And he tells us, he's like, I have a funny story about that. But it turns out that, you know how in Gears 3, Dom has a beard? Well, fucking, the guy decided to get into character, I guess, so he decided to grow a fucking beard. And then this was for fucking Gears Judgment, that the fucking guy, Cliff something, the fucking head of fucking Gears, the head developer, he decided to do a play on words for Gears 4, kind of to get a jab at him. And so then, because they were telling fucking Carlos Ferro, they were telling him like, yeah, chicks dig the beard. So then Cliff fucking whatever the fuck decided to make shirts saying chicks dig the beard, kind of like a jab at him.
That's a pretty badass.
I told you because you play Gears of War.
Yeah.
Jazmine, do you play Gears?
I don't.
Frank, hold on. I want to be real clear.
Frank, that was funny to me.
That was such a great story for Jerry.
The haters gonna hate, and the haters gonna hate. That's all I'm saying, Frank.
I hope you feel satisfied with
it, so it's okay.
Yeah,
but somebody did.
I was smiling the whole time.
No, the following year, the whole Harlingen thing comes out, or happens, and then I'm like, well, Jazmine fucking, like, some celebrities remember Jazmine, like the fucking Beast Boy guy. I'm like, maybe he'll remember me, but I didn't. I couldn't go to the fucking Harlingen one.
Why would anybody remember you?
Okay,
yeah.
That's so mean.
A neck beard.
I mean, there's memorable, and then there's a memeable.
Oh no, that's so mean.
You're so bad, Tony.
We love Frank. Stop it.
Frankie boy.
Stop it. It's with my heart. I love him. I love him. Stop that. Okay. So we've got to wrap this shit up. I think for fear of the connection dropping again. So Jazmine, are you willing to do this again? Maybe next time we're able to, once we're finally able to come back in house again, we'll clean up. We'll get a little party platter of fruits and meats and cheeses for you and stuff. We'll make it all delightful, and we'll have to do this in person where we have no connection issues, and we'll have a good time with it.
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
Cool, man. So sorry again about the connection issues.
All good.
I wish we could go further into stuff with you, because you are remarkably interesting. Yeah, no shit, man.
Shit.
We've had some people on here and you're eloquent. You're quick on the mic. I really enjoyed having you on.
Thank you.
Frank, thank you for being such a good producer and getting such a remarkable guest for us. This has been fun. Is there anything you want to say to the people out there? We usually do a sign off to let people. If you want, we can go through our sign off stuff, and we'll get back to you so you have a second to think about a final word. All right?
Okay.
All right. So Frank, you want to let everybody know once again where they can find us and and all that jazz.
Yeah, that's actually her webpage for her side business.
No kidding. Oh, that's what we needed to get into. So please, okay. If nothing else happens, we'll do the Skype thing again for next episode, or whenever you're available again, and we'll get further into your side businesses and all of that stuff.
Yeah, sounds good.
Awesome, cool, awesome. All right, so Frank, yeah.
Okay, so you can find us on Twitter under Completely an App, on Instagram under CI Podcast. You can find us on Facebook and YouTube under Completely Inappropriate Podcast. If you throw in some underscores, you can find us on BitChute. And you can email us with your questions, comments, concerns over at completelyinappropriatepodcast@gmail.com.
We love doing this for you guys. Sorry if you guys have any trouble with the quality on the audio here, but we're doing the best we can for you, as always, all the time. I'll do some touch-ups in the programs, in the post edits. Jerry, how are you, little piece of shit? Are you done? You fucked up this entire podcast. How do you feel about that?
I try my best sometimes. It's kind of hard considering the fact that sometimes we have frequent conversations.
It is what it is. It is what it is. It's okay. Best. Hey, stop. You don't have to explain. You're okay. You're a good person. even if you're racist, transphobic, gender biased, white supremacist. So we love you guys. This has been the Completely Inappropriate Podcast. Jazmine, do you have any final words of wisdom that you would like to share with the beautiful people that listen to us?
Well, thank you guys so much for having me for the first time. And for everyone who actually supports me on cosplay and everything that I do, thank you so much. And if you don't follow me, make sure to follow me on Instagram under Jazmine_Leija. And that's also my Snapchat. I don't use it too much, but it's the same thing.
You want to spell that for people? Spell your last name, because that's not...
So it's JAZMINE_LEIJA. So that's there it is. Most of my accounts. My Facebook, you can find me as Jazz Cosplay 29. And that's all for me. Thanks.
That's awesome. And again, we bought some new pins off of Jazmine just the other day. Hopefully we'll have those. We actually did a little Where's Waldo kind of hide and seek picture thing, but I think we're going to have to do that again because the quality was a little low on it.
Can I get a pin?
We'll get you a pin. Jerry gets an honorary pin as just as a piece of shit. You wear a large pin? It's a pin for your fucking lapel or something, for your shirt, like a jacket, like your fucking on your book bag, on your fuck. What the fuck is wrong with you, Jerry? This has been the Completely Inappropriate Podcast.
No, fucking Jazmine, fucking
we Tony and I. Finishing this podcast was supposed to end an hour ago.
No. Fucking Tony and I had this great idea. If you could make fucking cufflinks.
Oh my god, we gotta figure that out.
And
yeah, because Tony's getting married, and I told him they look like cufflinks, and he's like, "Oh my god, see if she can make cufflinks."
Dude, that would be so rad. I have one too. What?
I can try. I most definitely can try.
I'll pay a premium too if you need to buy like nice quality. I guess cufflinks, right? And then you add the thing. What I don't know how you do what you do.
If you have to get like
diamonds or something. Shut up, Jerry. We're having an adult conversation here.
Money.
Jerry. Money. No, you're bringing me down to your level. Stop it. Jazmine, I'm so sorry. This is completely inappropriate. I can't believe we're doing this to you. Are we done now? Can we end this podcast? Jesus Christ, people. Jazmine, we're having you on again. You are delightful. You are pure sunshine, rainbows, and unicorns, and whatever the hell else you want to call yourself. So I love you. I love you guys. This has been great. I'm going to stop recording now. Frank, what do we tell the people?
Be excellent to each other.
And find your happy. I think we found a little today. Bye. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.
Jerry.
What?
Ah!
Bye.
Frank.
What?
You're all pieces of shit. All of you.
Born
Goodbye.
To be one, baby. Born to be one. What's up?